managed to reel in a blunt-nosed, six-gill shark that measured 12 feet 9 inches long and weighed 1,056 pounds. The animal was too huge to haul it aboard Mr. Waldus's boat off the coast of southwest Ireland, so it was eventually towed to an estuary where it was taken by a forklift and weighed at a local quarry. Of the biggest fish ever caught.
Welcome to Deep Sea Sundays.
Number 11. A creature thought to have inspired tales of sea serpents was caught on camera. The oarfish is known as the world's longest bony fish because they live at depths up to 3,000 feet. They're rarely seen by humans. Evidence of their existence is relegated to a handful of drawings and video, along with their carcasses, which have washed up on beaches over time. But in 2014, video captured an oarfish that measured around 15 feet swimming in the Sea of Cortez in Mexico. It was identified by its dorsal fin, which runs the length of its body. These creatures are known to grow to 56 feet long, so this specimen's smaller size might indicate it was a juvenile. Oarfish are found in many of the world's temperate oceans. Number 10. An enormous stone grouper was caught in China that was so heavy a crane was needed to lift it. The creature measured 1.3 meters long and weighed around 27 stone, or nearly 380 pounds. The size of the creature attracted large crowds trying to take pictures of it. The fishermen said the largest grouper they'd previously caught, 56 pounds. Reports indicated the fish would be sold to fishmongers, where it was expected to command a premium price. Number 9. It looks almost like a Photoshop effort, right? And a lot of people were convinced it was fake. But in 2015, a man was fishing in Italy's Po Delta and snared a monster Wells catfish that measured nearly 9 feet long and weighed some 280 pounds. It's thought to be one of the biggest fish ever caught with rod and line. The fisherman, Dino Ferrari, hung on for over half an hour before finally landing the huge catfish. Now, as huge as this creature was, these fish are known to grow as long as 13 feet and weigh over 860 pounds. After posing for photos with the fish, Mr. Ferrari released the enormous creature back to the water. Number 8. An angler in Norway took 90 minutes to reel in a 9-foot Atlantic halibut, and that is actually heavier than a wild gorilla. Weighing over 500 pounds, the fish was too massive to haul aboard his small boat, so 3 friends helped Marco Liebenau tie a rope around its tail and tow it back to shore, where a crane was needed to hoist it quayside. At a weight of 513 pounds, it has a chance to smash the record for biggest halibut fish caught using rod and line. The fisherman later donated his catch to a local fish dealer. Number 7. This is believed to be the largest bottom fish caught from a kayak, a grouper that weighed over 550 pounds. The huge fish was caught off the Florida coast in 2015 and did not give up without a fight, even snapping the fisherman's rod in half. But that fisherman, John Black, still managed to lead the animal to shore, where it was measured at 83 inches long with a 73-inch girth, and its weight estimated at 552 pounds. After its dimensions were taken, the grouper was required by law to be released because the species is protected. Number 6. In 2015, a TV personality managed to create an exciting episode when he reeled in a stingray that measured 14 feet long and 8 feet wide and weighed some 800 pounds. Jeff Corwin, a TV nature conservationist from the U.S., caught the huge flat fish on the Mekong River in Thailand. Corwin said it took several hours with many of the crew rotating on and off the reel. Analysis revealed that the creature was female and pregnant, which helped account for its great size. The catch was later featured on a show about ocean mysteries that was broadcast on ABC in the United States. Number 5. A 15-foot Greenland shark was reeled in by an angler in a kayak in 2014. Joel Abramson said he trained to capture the massive creature by reeling in 60-pound concrete blocks from a local lake. Then he strapped himself into a harness attached to his fishing rod in the kayak. He struggled with the Greenland shark for around 90 minutes before finally capturing the 200-year-old animal, which was estimated to weigh more than 1,200 pounds. It's considered an unofficial record due to kayak fishing records being loosely kept and the use of estimated weights. The ancient shark was later returned to the water. Number 4. A fisherman in Cambodia got a big surprise when he inspected his gill net. A Siamese giant carp that weighed around 100 kilograms or 220 pounds was trapped there. Ironically, the fisherman said he had set his nets in a more shallow area of Cambodia's Tonle Sap Lake, where smaller fish are usually found. Strong currents were thought to have swept the big fish into the shallow area. After noticing a huge tear in the netting, the fisherman alerted authorities to inspect the massive fish. The carp was later released into a deeper area of the lake. Number 3. Did you know that fishermen in northern Thailand caught a fish that was the size of a grizzly bear? It happened in 2005, and the creature measured almost 9 feet long, or 2.7 meters, and tipped the scales at 646 pounds, or 293 kilograms. The species is understandably known as the Mekong giant catfish, and you can get an idea of just how massive this creature is in these photos by Suthrep Kritsanavaran. It seems to dwarf the two men who have spread their arms across the creature's dorsal area, likely to give the viewer a better sense of scale. The fishermen struggled with the beast for nearly an hour before hauling it in. Eggs were harvested from the fish by Thai fisheries officials as part of a breeding program, and they later planned to release it, but the huge fish was instead sold to local villages as food after it died in captivity. Number 2. Joe Waldis managed to reel in a blunt-nosed six-gill shark that measured 12 feet 9 inches long and weighed 1,056 pounds. The animal was too huge to haul it aboard Mr. Waldis's boat off the coast of southwest Ireland, so it was eventually towed to an estuary where it was taken by a forklift and weighed at a local quarry. The controversy arose when the shark was killed and then hauled ashore. That action was deemed necessary in order to verify the record. Number 1. An angler named Guy Kitakoa was fishing off Kona, Hawaii in 2015 when he caught a blue marlin that weighed an incredible 1,368 pounds. You can see the huge fish in Mr. Kitakoa's picture. Look at how it dwarfs the fisherman. You can get a great idea of the sheer mass of the shiny-skinned critter, as its right fin appears to be sticking straight up. It took some 90 minutes of struggling with the marlin to finally bring it in, and it later took 7 men to transfer the fish from the 20-foot skiff to a larger yacht. In pictures from Waiopai's sport fishing charters, you can see how 5 of the men used yellow measuring tape to assess the marlin's dimensions of 12 feet long with a girth of 84 inches, and it later took a flatbed pickup truck to transport the creature away from the docks. And just look at how the massive marlin fills up that flatbed. Experts said it was the largest blue marlin caught off Kona in more than 2 decades.
We used to hide under the covers, serenade each other with